Hello everybody, here at Amelia Makes Today. I'm hoping to show you how to do a really good Russian join. A Russian join is what you can see here, and it's a method of joining pieces of yarn with no knot and almost an invisible join. You'll see here I have two different colors, and this is what I'm going to show you to demonstrate it, but it is just as effective using it with the same color yarn if you just run out of a skein or something. So I'm going to show you with two new pieces. Got my light pink and my dark pink, and wherever you want to join your yarn, you're just going to have to cross it. It doesn't really matter which color is on top or on the bottom. You just need to have them crossed. And I'm going to take my first color and I need to thread it through my needle. For this you need a tapestry needle, some little scissors to cut your yarn with, and then obviously whatever yarn you're using. This is a medium weight acrylic yarn that has a nice ply to it. Some yarns that don't have a nice obvious ply are not going to work as well for this, but this will be just fine. So I've got my yarn threaded, I've got my other yarn looped or crossed over it right here, and I'm going to start my Russian join right here. To do this, I take my tapestry needle or my yarn needle and I'm going to work it inside the ply right here. Hopefully you can see this really well. Working inside the ply. You don't have to do this perfectly, but the more consistently you can do it, the better it's going to be. Okay, so you can see I'm going right inside those coils, right inside the ply of the yarn. And I'm going to do this for a couple of inches. You don't want it to be too short, or else it's not going to be a strong Russian join, but it doesn't have to be excessively long. So I'm just going to stop right there. My other yarn is still through, and I'm just going to pull my tail through. Okay. All right, now this was supposed to be kind of my working yarn, and this is the tail. So it's hard to tell them apart since my pieces are so small, but now I have a place where my yarn is just bunched up, and I have my working yarn and my tail, and I could go ahead and pull this back out, but I'm gonna wait. I prefer to wait and do both at the same time, because now I just need to do the same thing on the other side, but this time I need to be pretty precise and start working my yarn in right here, right where they join. So whenever I'm done adjusting my yarn, that is where it's gonna need to go in. So let me thread this side, just like we did with the other one. Okay, and I'm gonna go in right here. Again, working as well as I can right in between the different plies in my yarn. I try to do this for about the same amount as I did last time. Okay, and with that done, again, I'm just going to pull this tail through. All right, and now I have a place where I've got two colors of yarn bunched up. So now I still have my tails attached, but I'm just going to take this and pull it out. But what I like to do sometimes, it's really a matter of preference. You can trim these a little bit shorter before you put your yarn back to normal, or you can wait. I'm going to go ahead and trim it and trim this here. Again, you don't want these to end up too short, but if I trim them short enough, then they will go ahead and disappear. Look at that. Just kind of disappear back into the yarn as I pull this. And there you have it. And I still have a little bit of tail that's noticeable peeking out here, so I'm just gonna trim that off. But someone who's looking at this for the first time would find this to be very discreet. It's really not noticeable. The yarn just looks a little bit thicker. And that is how you do a Russian join. All right, so I did my 2-color Russian join. Here you can also see an example of a place where I did the same color. You might notice where it looks thicker here. You can kind of see my tail peeping out here, but the join is right here in the middle. So again, it's still very, very discreet. And if you get these sticking out, they're really not going to be a problem.